At yun ang ano, mga kabayan, nasoplak po, nasoplak po ng Supreme Court. Ito pong kaibigan natin si Congressman Chua. Mga kabayan. Dahil nga po, ayon po sa Supreme Court, na yung impeachment case na ipinasa po nila ng Kamara laban kay BP Inday ay unconstitutional po. Ibig sabihin, mga kabayan, null and void, hindi po effective, hindi na po itutuloy, mga kabayan. Ano naman pong bawi ni BP Inday Sara dito, mga kabayan, dahil kita nyo naman po, pinagtulungan po siya, kahit na po siya yung napagtulungan ng mga nandyan sa Kongreso, siya pa rin po yung nagwagi. Ano pong dapat gawin? Dapat lang po, ma-kick out na po itong si Chua. Bakit? Masyado pong chismoso Sana po ito yung makasuhan dyan sa Ethics Committee ng Kongreso. Bakit? Nagkakaroon kayo ng ganyang klaseng congressman. Ang dami niya pong issue sa Maynila Yung 61 million na pinayagan niyang matayo ng illegal. Diba? Walang mga permit, yung mga building ng barangay hall. Ano pa? Yan, mga kabayan. Impeachment case si BP Inday Sara. Diba? Kung ako sa inyo, para mabawas-bawasan naman yung pagkapahiya nyo dyan sa Kongreso, kick out nyo na po yan. Si Congressman Chua. Mas maganda na pong ma-kick out mo yan. Kick out nyo na po. Dyan sa Ethics Committee, nang masampulan po para hindi na po gayahin ng mga kasama po ninyo. Nanghihirap po sa inyo Abante. Ako. Pahiya na kayo Diba? May bayag, ang tanong, may yagballs ba kayo na kasuhan yung si Chua? Dyan sa Ethics Committee para matanggal na. Yun yung hahantayin natin kasi, diba? Kung hindi nyo po yan i-kick out dyan sa inyo, para po kayo tumanggap ng isang kamatis na bulok. At ang isang kamatis na bulok, isasama mo sa maraming kamatis, ano pong mangyayari? Bulok po kayong lahat. Yun po yun. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, i-kick out nyo na po yan. Ito mga kabayan panoorin nga po natin yung pagkakadismiss po ng impeachment complaint laban kay BP Inday Sara Panoorin po natin to si Atty. Libayan. Atty. Libayan, pasok po.
Si Baste, nag-back out yung impeachment process na knock-out. My gosh. Let's go here mga kabatas natin. What the heck? Hay, sabi ko sa inyo, sabi ko, sayang ng oras, sayang ng pera. It's unconstitutional. I called this, mga kabatas natin, nung pinasa pa lang nitong si Tambi. Mga kabatas natin. Si Tambi, naalala nyo yan, nung in-archive niya pa lang, nung nagkaroon sila ng session sa House of Representatives, I called this already. I called this. I said that this will be the problem. Tignan natin kung ano ang nangyari mga kabatas natin. At kung tignan natin kung tama nga yung sabi na, yan si attorney, mayabang. You know what? It's just the law. And critical thinking. And being honest. If you are intellectually dishonest talaga, katulad niyan, sina De Lima, blah, 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 you cannot call this. If your mind is clouded. Diba? Tignan nyo.
Against Vice President Duterte. The first three were filed before the House by private individuals and different groups on December 2, 4, and 19 in 2024. A fourth complaint was lodged by a resolution approved by more than 1/3 of the House members of the 19th Congress on February 5, 2025, which was transmitted as the articles of impeachment to the Senate on the same day. This was followed by 2 petitions filed before the Supreme Court challenging its constitutionality. The Supreme Court decision, written by Senior Associate Justice Marvic MBF Leonen ruled
Si Marvic Leonen, mga kabats natin, ano ang ruling? Ano ang ruling? Sabi ni, Journey to Understanding, judicial overreach pa. Sabi ko sa inyo, when it comes to this one, okay, because this is a constitutional provision, the Supreme Court has all the power in the world to do this. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Excited na kayo? My goodness.
that all legal issues involving impeachment proceedings are subject to judicial review.
Oh my goodness! Why do I always say that? I feel vindicated. Thank you, Supreme Court. Ano ulit? Ano ulit? Ano ulit?
By Senior Associate Justice Marvic MBF Leonen ruled that all legal issues involving impeachment proceedings are subject to judicial review.
Okay, that's why we studied political issue and justiciable. Di ba? Political questions and justiciable questions.
Considering the nature of the offices and the institutions that are subject to impeachment, its effect on the independence of constitutional departments and organs, and its nature as a constitutional process. The impeachment process is primarily a legal and constitutional procedure, but with political characteristics.
Okay. Very good. Meron tayong matibay na sandigan base doon sa ruling ng Supreme Court. Anong sabi niya?
Okay, you're on YouTube watching a classic Mitski video.
And constitutes. The impeachment process is primarily a legal and constitutional procedure,
Legal and constitutional procedure,
but with political characteristics.
but with political characteristics.
It may be sui generis, but it is not a purely political proceeding.
I mentioned that also. When it comes to the procedures na sinabi, di ba, ng Supreme Court dati na, syempre, meron kayong full discretion dyan sa rules nyo, ganyan-ganyan. But when it comes to this, oh my goodness, I call this. Daming umiiyak. Alam niyo mga kabatas natin, buti na nga lang, medyo humuhupa na yung baha. Otherwise, dahil sa sobrang dami ng umiiyak ngayon, pati mga abogado na naging intellectually dishonest, mga kabatas natin, baka babaha ulit. Let's go!
This means that the Bill of Rights, especially the Due Process Clause and the right to speedy disposition of cases, applies to the entire impeachment process, it said.
Oh no, pati right to speedy disposition of cases.
Although the court does not determine whether an impeachable officer may be removed or disqualified from political office, it emphasized that it has a duty to construe the process mandated in the Constitution.
Yes. And what is mandated in the Constitution? The one-year bar rule. My gosh. Oh my gosh. Sabi ni Jason Dalos, next chapter flood control. No. Next chapter is the budget. Nararamdaman ni Tambadusdos yan. Alam niyo mga kabatas natin, bago ko makalimutan, kasi baka makakalimutan ko na yung naintindihan ko na kung ano ang gameplay ng Senate dito. Di ba yung gameplay ng Senate, mga kabatas natin, they tried to dismiss this. Eventually, it was not successful. So, what did they do? They tried to delay it. How? By remanding it back to the House of Representatives. Bakit? Para maantay itong Supreme Court decision. Lumabas itong Supreme Court decision, tapos ang usapan. Hindi kasalanan ng Senate, nagpatupad lang tayo ng batas. Well played. Well played, Senate. Alam ko na. Okay? Pero ang next chapter natin, it's the budget. Get ready, Tambi. The budget is next. Let's go.
In declaring that the articles of impeachment were barred by the one-year rule, the decision differentiated the first three complaints from the fourth complaint.
Okay, let's go.
The first three, it said, were filed under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution, which allows any citizen to file a verified complaint with an endorsement by any House member.
Okay, ito yung pinaglalaban nila mga kabatas natin. Di ba? Sabi nila, iba yung 1, 2, 3. Kasi ibang mode yun eh. Private citizen na nag-file tapos may nag-endorse. Yung pangapat, iba din yun. Sabi nilang ganyan. Kasi nga, it was filed by 1/3 of the members of the House of Representatives. So ngayon mga kabatas natin, naalala niyo yung sinasabi ko na they are making distinctions of things. Na sinasabi nila, nag-avail lang daw sila sa isang mas mabilis ng mode ng impeachment. Well, at least the intellectually dishonest lawyers are saying na ganon. Diba? When in fact, on its face, hindi ganun yun. Let's see what the Supreme Court said.
The fourth one was through Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the Constitution, through a verified complaint or resolution filed by at least 1/3 of the House members. The court took note that the House and the 19th Congress did not act on the first three endorsed complaints, which were considered terminated or dismissed upon adjournment of the House.
Oops, I said that too. Ay, nako! I told you. When they archived that, there is no way of reviving it anymore. Therefore, it's dismissed. And because it was dismissed, 1-year ban. I call this as early, mga kabatas natin, as when Tambaluslos and the House of Representatives actually impeached VP Sara Duterte. Chamba na naman! Pasensya na. Malakas lang talagang tsumamba. Pero, are we surprised? No, we're just vindicated. DDS ang Supreme Court, that's the law. That forms part of the law of the land. My goodness.
Old Spice keeps your bits fresh all.
I told you I will debate anyone on this, but come on. Isipin nyo, public school educated, saka mag-graduate. Oh. My goodness, 100%.
The three impeachment complaints were archived and therefore deemed terminated or dismissed.
I said that too. What? Wait. I said that too. Those were exactly my words. Ano ulit, Attorney Ting?
The three impeachment complaints were archived and therefore deemed terminated or dismissed on February 5, 2025. Therefore,
I called it during that day. During that exact day when they archived it. I told you that's deemed dismissed. Sabi ni Alkin Frias, attorney, wait namin, di Lima, Joke, not Carpio. Kapag debate ka sa kanila, attorney, pati brief kita. Wag naman. Hindi, tsamba lang tayo. Wag tayong mayabang. Tsamba lang tayo, mga kabatas natin. Huwag tayong mayabang.
4. No new impeachment complaint, if any, may be commenced earlier than February 6, 2026, the Supreme Court held.
Ay, nako. Sabi nyo, no, nonsense. Sobrang nakakagulat. Tama si batas natin at mga kabatas tungkol sa batas. Oh my! Oh my! DDS pa more. My goodness. Sabi ni Rosa Maria Tadefa, Attorney, ngiting-ngiti ka, tama at panalo ang mga opinion mo. Debate na kayo ni Attorney Bueno. I'm fine with it. Dito, talo na siya. Wala na makapag-debate sa akin dito kasi talo na sila. My goodness, this is done. Ay. Diba? After how many mudslinging na naman from the other camp, DDS daw ako because I have this opinion. Look, I called it. The decision is exactly as I called it. When they archived the 3 impeachment complaint, it was deemed dismissed. My goodness. I wanna February 5 yun, di ba? I wanna see myself say that. Gusto ko makita nung February 5, nung sinabi ko yon, nung mismong in-archive nitong si Tambi, yung 3. Naalala ko yun mga kabatas natin. Di ba? Pinanood natin yung session sa House of Representatives. Tapos, nagsalita si Tambi, sabi niya, the 3 impeachment complaints filed, blah, 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 are archived. Anong sinabi ko agad-agad? That's deemed dismissed. My goodness! Hahanap nga yun.
Under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, no impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. According to the decision, the 1-year bar is reckoned from the time an impeachment complaint is dismissed or is no longer viable.
Oh my goodness! Saktong-sakto pa. Sandali, hanapin ko. Baka sasabihin na naman nila, sinungaling ka. That was February 5, di ba? February 5 sila nag-adjourn. Di ba? February 5 sila nag-adjourn.
Real fruit goodness that makes you feel real good. Del Monte juice drinks.
A key issue in the petitions is whether the House complied with the 10-session day requirement under the Constitution for including a verified impeachment complaint in the order of business of the House. The court ruled that the House was able to comply with the requirement by putting the 3 endorsed impeachment complaints in the order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day. It is a period
Ito. Magandang issue rin ito. Kasi pinaglalabanan nito di ba? Pinaglalabanan nito, mga kabatas natin. I'll explain it to you.
The House was able to comply with the requirement by putting the 3 endorsed impeachment complaints in the order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day. It is a period that starts is not equivalent order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day.
A session day is not equivalent to a calendar day. Ano ba ang sinabi ng batas?
By putting the 3 endorsed impeachment complaints in the order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day.
Ano sabi kasi ng batas?
The court ruled that the House was able to comply with the requirement by putting the 3 endorsed impeachment complaints in the order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day.
A session day is not equivalent to a calendar day. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin, mga kabatas natin, yung calendar day at saka session day magkaiba. So, ibig sabihin, pag wala silang session, pwedeng calendar yon. Calendar day yon. Pero, hindi session. Pero, pwedeng wala silang session, pero calendar day pa rin yon. Gets nyo?
It is a period that starts from a call to order until the session is adjourned, regardless of the passage of time.
Regardless of the passage of time. Gets na natin.
However, the court reminded the House that Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution clearly requires that a verified impeachment complaint be immediately put in the order of business within 10 session days from its endorsement. The Constitution does not grant either the Secretary General or the Speaker of the House any discretion to determine when this period commences.
Tapos, anong sabi? We called it. Walang discretion yung Secretary General sa lahat ng sinasabi niyang discretionary sa kanya. My gosh. I called it again. Kayo naman kasi gagaling niyo eh. Nakakainis kayo.
Consequently, the House of Representatives is not granted any discretion except to refer these matters to the proper committee within 3 session days.
I told you, no discretion. Anong sabi ni Secretary General? May discretion daw siya kasi binigay daw sa kanya yung kapangyarihan. Siya daw yung bahala kung kailan siya magte-terminate. So, magta-transmit. So, what happened? Mali lahat ng sinasabi niya. Tapos ano sabi niyo sa akin? DDS ka lang. Everything that I said is what the Supreme Court said right now.